We invite you for your remarks.
Thank you very much. The MD of Procter & Gamble here in Nigeria, an MD of Colori, other members of the executive management team of Procter & Gamble and Colori, my colleagues from the Central Bank of Nigeria, ladies and gentlemen of the press, good morning. First of all, I'd like to commend Procter & Gamble and Mrs. Colori Nigeria Limited for their efforts in actualizing our import substitution agenda through the localization of the production of oral care toothpaste, popularly called Oral-B, here in Nigeria. I am indeed delighted by this announcement, and I'm happy to be witnessing the signing of the MOU this morning for the localization of the production of Oral-B here in Nigeria. And because it is a reflection of the Central Bank of Nigeria and indeed the Nigerian government in enabling the growth of the manufacturing industry here in Nigeria. As Procter & Gamble indicated earlier, this is the first of many projects that will seek to embark on in Nigeria as part of their plans to expand their markets in Nigeria and Africa. In the speech that the MD of Procter & Gamble read, he said the cost of this foreign direct investment is $35 million. This amount may seem small, but if we realize that Procter & Gamble is one of the world's largest companies with an annual turnover of over $78 billion, producing 60 brands, over 60 brands of at least 10 different categories, you will know or realize that although this is small, but I think sowing this seed is a more important gesture for us in Nigeria, because we believe that Nigeria, being the largest population in Africa, with the largest economy in Africa, portends an opportunity for Procter & Gamble and their partners to deepen their foray into Nigeria and Africa, and we believe that by sheer advantage of the market size, it should be possible for them to improve their revenues and profits, and by extension also expand their market share along not just only West Africa, but also in the African continent, as part of what we can call our own mutual understanding agreement for improvement of the AFCFTA arrangement and agenda in Nigeria. I therefore wish to assure Procter & Gamble and similar firms that are willing to invest in local production of goods that can be produced in Nigeria of the support of the Central Bank of Nigeria in enabling their setup and run their factories profitably in Nigeria. As some of you are aware, the manufacturing industry has been a key focus of the efforts by Nigeria's monetary and fiscal authorities towards driving the recovery of the Nigerian economy following the downturn in the first half of the year as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. At the Central Bank of Nigeria, we set up a 1 trillion naira facility in response to COVID in April 2020, geared towards supporting the growth and expansion of the manufacturing firms in Nigeria. So far, close to about 400 billion naira has been accessed and disbursed to 76 manufacturing firms, which will boost local manufacturing across critical sectors over the next few years. Our efforts have aided the recovery of the manufacturing sector as reflected in the Purchasing Managers Index, which shows that the index on manufacturing activities rose from a low of 41 points in May of 2020 to 49.6 points in December 2020. While growth remains fragile, driving further growth in the Nigerian economy will require that we continue to support more investments that will enable the growth of the manufacturing sector in Nigeria. Given our market size and population, we believe that Nigeria offers significant advantages for multinational manufacturing firms that choose to invest in domesticating their production lines in Nigeria. Not only do they have access to our large market, Nigeria can serve as a base for them to export goods to other markets in Africa. Our efforts at putting in place policy measures to encourage improved production of goods that can be produced in Nigeria is driven out of the need to create jobs and wealth for our growing population. The impact of a manufacturing plant also goes beyond its immediate environment, as it also enables the growth of our small and medium enterprises that work to meet the needs of the manufacturing plants and their staff. This is in addition to the skills transfer gains that could be made when our people are able to acquire knowledge on new technological skills. This part of supporting domestication of local production in Nigeria is imperative for us to enable growth that is inclusive and sustainable in Nigeria. We cannot afford to continue to rely on a model that encourages imports of goods and export of jobs away from Nigeria, as the ramifications and adverse consequences are huge and indeed dire on our economy. In closing, let me seize this opportunity to reassure Nigerians that the CBN will not relent in its efforts aimed at encouraging firms like Procter & Gamble to expand their presence in the manufacturing sector of Nigeria. We encourage other multinational firms to consider the opportunities that Nigeria offers and begin to set up and expand their manufacturing lines in Nigeria. Let me repeat myself. I'm encouraged that our multinational companies are now really joining the fray. Just about 2 years ago, Unilever re-established their margarine plant at Ota, and that plant, as I understand, is the newest and most modern plant in Nigeria. And with the re-establishment of that plant at Agbara, I am aware that this has helped to boost the turnover of Unilever out of the very many other products that they produce in Nigeria. And the second today that we are celebrating is Procter & Gamble. These are very, very old and big multinational corporations that you can talk about in any part of the world. And I am encouraged by this, given the second multinational company, and I would love to see more and more of our multinational corporations, or not just only the multinational corporations, but also our own domestic and indigenous corporations coming in to say that rather than import goods that can be produced in Nigeria, that they will begin to produce those goods here in Nigeria, because what it does is that it creates jobs for our people and it continues to expand Nigeria's market. And like I said earlier, we seek that Nigeria must and should remain the first port of destination for anybody that seeks investment in Africa. The reason being that Nigeria is the largest economy, but also the largest populated economy in Africa. So you cannot consider, it is difficult for you to consider expanding your coast into Africa without considering Nigeria. But what we will do on our part as monetary and fiscal authorities is to create an enabling environment where you should be able to do your business in a seamless manner, increase your turnover, and export your dividend as and when you desire to do so. I know that there are a couple of challenges that some of them face, or some of you corporations face, but we are doing everything possible, particularly in the area of infrastructure. And I'm sure that you're all aware about the approval that Mr. President has granted for the establishment of our infrastructure corporation. The infrastructure corporation will be looking at various areas where Nigeria is suffering from infrastructural deficit, and we seek to really deal with this problem once and for all. Whether port congestion, whether road infrastructure, whether it is seaport, anywhere, we will try as much as possible to see that we give all the needed support to these areas of infrastructure that needs attention. We are currently discussing, even along our ECOWAS, the Afro-Exim, Nigeria, or the Nigeria and the English-speaking West African ECOWAS country, fortunately happens to be the first set of countries that are being used by the Afro-Exim Bank to test a payment system infrastructure that will enable, for instance, a company or a business person in Ghana, a business person in Liberia, a business person in Sierra Leone, opening LCs in their country in Naira and coming into Nigeria to buy goods in Nigeria and shipping them, not unofficial, legally and officially, and then payment can be handled on a local cross-currency basis that benefit not only our countries but also our citizens. Nigeria is large enough to provide all the support that is needed. We are working hard to see how to open up our seaport infrastructures, our shipping infrastructure, our aviation infrastructure, to be able to meet the needs of travelers, businessmen within our ECOWAS, not just ECOWAS sub-region, but also the African continent. And we stand ready with all the efforts that we are making to provide the relevant infrastructure that is needed to make it easy for businessmen to conduct their businesses without any hindrance. So we want to encourage everybody, whether you are a foreign multinational corporation or you are an indigenous corporation, to please join us in this effort, not only to grow Nigerian economy but also grow African economy, so that Africa can begin to command its pride of place as one of the leading continents in the world today. In closing, let me seize the opportunity to reassure Nigerians that the CBN will not relent in its efforts aimed at encouraging firms like Procter & Gamble to expand their presence in the manufacturing sector. I encourage other multinational firms to consider the opportunities that Nigeria offers and begin to set up and expand their manufacturing plants in Nigeria. We believe this will help to enable the build-out of more resilient economy that create jobs and support skills transfer for our growing and youthful population. I thank you for your attention. Let me explain our role. They decided that CBN should witness this because they consider CBN to be very important, particularly as they seek to procure foreign exchange to import the equipment that is needed. And we are going to give them all the needed support in the area of foreign exchange needed to import the equipment needed to commence this local production. Our biggest interest here is the import substitution, the fact that they will no longer import this toothpaste from abroad, but they will ultimately begin to import it locally. Let's even imagine that they're importing now, maybe dollar is about $10 million monthly. But by coming in to produce it locally, let's even imagine that it will reduce by at least close to 70%. If they begin to import just only 30%, that also saves us foreign exchange. And we are delighted that we are part of this program because they have seen Nigeria as a big market. They can look at Nigeria as a market from where they can expand their frontiers and grow their business, not only within Nigeria, through ECOWAS and into Africa as well. He wasn't quite specific on timing, and the truth is that we will take them on the issue of timing. The reason being that if we are able to provide the needed foreign exchange for the importation of the equipment, then we can be able to say that we should be able to put this through between 9 to 12, very, very maximum 18 months. The program that we embarked upon for Unilever about 3 years ago took about 18 months. They were importing margarine, in fact, from a West African country. And they came and they met with me. They said, Governor, we want to set up our plants in Nigeria, but please give us some opportunity to continue to do what we're doing. And in 12 months, they achieved it. We assisted them to bring in the equipment, and I'm happy today that margarine is produced right there at Agbara. I've been in discussions with the Ogun State Governor that Agbara Industrial Estate is a key hub, and that there is a need for that estate to be redeveloped again so I can continue to command the pride of plates that he used to command. And we are looking at possibility of collaborating with the Ogun State government to reposition and redevelop even the Agbara Industrial Estate, which is very close to Lagos, and that we can use that to even develop a part of our industrial estates and industrial hubs in the Lagos area and grow. So in terms of timing, we'll hold them to timing, and I want to believe that this can be actualized in 12 months. It's a process that starts, at least a journey that starts today, and I can assure us that just like we did in Unilever, when they were commissioning the plant, I was there at Agbara to see to the commission of that plant. The same way, when they're about to start the effective local production, after the plants would have been imported and installed, we will be there by the special grace of the Almighty to see to that, to read that Oral-B toothpaste is produced for Nigeria and for Nigerians, and even outside Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. On that note,